When creating new habits, we often get very excited and set high goals towards ourselves. But soon reality shows up and we end up running away from our initial commitments. In this video, I will share why this approach rarely works and how you can finally make the changes you always wanted. Let's get started. My friend Daryl is not feeling good about himself because he gained a few extra pounds lately. Today he is strongly motivated to change and decided to do a 1-hour workout session every single day. He knows it's ambitious, but he really wants to get in shape. On the first day, Daryl nailed his workout. It was hard, but he was really happy at the end. On the second day, Daryl was not so motivated to do it, but he remembered his goal, so with great suffering, he did it. On the third day, however, Daryl didn't have much time to work out, so he decided to skip. Just this time. On the fourth day, he was exhausted from work. He felt guilty for not exercising but ended up watching Netflix anyway. A few days passed and Daryl quit his goal. Now he's feeling even worse about himself. Like Daryl, many of us have similar experiences. When we are motivated, we set high goals towards ourselves. This time it will be different, we think, but it never is. After a while, our motivation goes down and pursuing those goals seems impossible. It's either all or nothing, so we end up quitting. But why does this happen? Is it our fault that we lack discipline and a strong will, or is it something else? According to the behavior model created by BJ Fogg, it's not you. Let's see how this model works. The column represents our motivation to do something, which can go from low to high. And the horizontal line represents our ability to do something, which can go from hard to easy. The action curve separates the inaction area, represented in red, from the action area represented in green. Would you do a push-up for $10? Probably yes. Doing only one push-up is easy, and although $10 is not a huge motivation, it lands above the action curve, so we will do it. What if instead of one push-up, you have to do 100 push-ups for $10? Now it doesn't sound so interesting. Our motivation remains low, but 100 push-ups are much harder than one. So now we are under the action line, and that means we won't do it. In the previous example, Daryl was highly motivated to work out in the beginning. 1 hour session was hard, but because he was so motivated, he was able to do it. However, as soon as Daryl's motivation dropped, he ended up in the inaction zone. And this is what happens to most of us. We commit to too much when we are highly motivated, making the mistake to think it will always be like that. We should focus instead on making our new habits easier to start. That way, even in the days of low motivation, we will do it. And one way to make our habits easier is with mini habits. The idea is to make your new habit so small that you cannot fail. If you want to start reading, start by reading 1 page every day. If you want to start exercising, start by doing 20 push-ups every day. A habit is like a tree. We start by placing a small seed on the ground and we water it frequently. With time and consistency, it will grow. The same method applies to create strong habits. Let's see how Daryl applied this technique. Daryl decided that instead of 1 hour workout, he will commit to 20 push-ups every day as his mini habit. But of course, if he has more time and motivation, he will do more. On the first day, Daryl started by doing his mini habit of 20 push-ups and ended up doing a 30 minutes workout session. He felt really great at the end. On the second day, the problem started to arrive. Daryl had to work late and didn't have time to exercise. But because his mini habit is quick, he did his 20 push-ups and felt amazing for not skipping. 20 push-ups are not much, but are better than nothing. On the third day, he was very tired and didn't want to work out. But he remembered his commitment and did his mini habit as promised. He felt so good about it that ended up doing 50 squats as extra credits. 6 months forward and Daryl is still working out every single day. On the days he doesn't have time or motivation, he does his mini habit. But most of the days he ends up doing much more. He feels greater than ever for not missing a single day, and you can too. Just make your goals so small that you cannot fail. You see, most of the times the hard part is to just start. We think on the whole work we have ahead and it prevents us from even doing a little. But with mini habits, you only commit to a small thing. So, starting is easy, and once you have started, you realize that doing more comes naturally. By now, you probably already have some ideas on how you can use the mini habit technique, but let me share a few examples of habits you can create to make your life better. If you want to start playing a new instrument like the piano, try practicing it 2 minutes every day. If you always wanted to start meditating but 30 minutes sounds too much, try meditating for just 1 minute. Or if what you want is to learn a new language, try learning a new word every day. Take your time to grow new habits. We often seek quick results, not realizing the process to get there takes time. Start small and let your habits grow naturally. We can also apply the mini habit technique to eat healthier. The idea is the same. Instead of doing a whole bunch of changes in your home and throwing out all of your unhealthy food, start by doing a small change in your diet every week, for example. Instead of drinking a Coke for lunch, drink water. Instead of eating cookies when you are hungry, try to eat an apple. A little bit here, a little bit there. You will be amazed how much your diet will change in a couple of years. Small changes lead to big results. A big thank you to everyone who has subscribed and sent supportive messages. Thank you for watching, see you on the next video.